right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Toronto Thunderbirds. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Check Mike 99, Mike 99. Now watch one, watch one.
Now they try the right side here. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Third and long. It's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I always hope for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A handoff as they run the counter play. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Second and 7 at the 36-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They will run for the first time here with White. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Looking to throw on second down. Wilson, pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Check. Here we go. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey. We got 3.
Here's Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And it's taken in at the 9. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 11 yards there, 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just...
It's caught inside the 25.
Who the fuck
and
is
he's
that?
into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. John Brown. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that
Oh
0
my
off the
gosh,
board.
catch it,
Deep ball
Thielen.
there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ben Heaney in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw is King. Throwing to start the drive. He's going deep for Brown. This is intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable, and there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
After the interception, here's Wilson.
Oh, come on.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now a handoff looking right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it first and goal to go. From the gun, it's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. On second down now, it's White. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Off the play fake, King.
Yeah, we got to set that, Jack.
Complete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
Dude,
nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
This is stupid.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
36, 36. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Now they try the right side here. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Wilson in the offense, not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth.
14. Check Mike, You. Check Mike, Six man. Check curls. Alert.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The extra point up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. On 3rd and 2, King flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Why do you do that when you can't go for it? No, bitch, you got to punt. Chill out. You better, hey,
and
chill
they're
out.
going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
Now, ho, watch out. It don't matter. Punt.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, I'm coming.
They'll run for it. This is White. And this is going to come up
Ho, don't be
short
cheating.
as they stop him on 4th down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Yeah, it ain't my fault. Bullshit.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with Coach?
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Yes, they have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson.
That's fake.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Ben Heaney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Spot that. We own them. Check Mike 99. Watch the flood. Check Mike 99.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. About them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Going on the ground, it's White. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
On 1st down, Irvin. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Now a handoff here to his running back. Taking it right down Broadway.
Dude, your fullback is not that fast. I don't know why he'll run it that fast.
A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Yes, yours.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any. They got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the.
Five. 37. That's good for a Toronto 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Left.
To throw again.
Dude, throw it.
Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. Ben Heaney getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I ain't never say it was sorry.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Well, yeah, he blitzing too. Nah, he ain't. That's crazy.
From the shotgun, Wilson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Wilson,
oh my
and his
gosh.
pass is intercepted.
And then he didn't tackle him.
Today. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back to Toronto. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Gun.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Hey, keep him on one side. Stop switching.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer.
You got two people with the same number on?
Well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Good job right there.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
19.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
I'll go special. Hey, we got 3 down. Check Mike 99. All day. Check Mike 99.
Again, Wilson. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, they have that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
These glitches play.
And he'll give it here.
Man, how you going to have a quarter?
He's going to be stopped short of a first down as he'll get to him at about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Switch. Check.
They'll try and run for it.
Oh, my gosh.
Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. As his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead will swell by one more. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive,
Nigga, who ain't
it does them
coming?
no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Check Mike. Watch the curl.
On first down, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch time.
Now a handoff looking right. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. He may try and run for this. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Now King.
What the?
On fourth down.
This
Firing
nigga.
quickly here, and that's complete.
I swear to God,
The
see that.
Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling again.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
What we got? Bang out, bang out, bang, bang, start. Hey, 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 hey. Check Mike,
Damn, boy. I see who blitzing. I only got the
Wilson
icon.
now to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40. And they take possession of the football and have it at the
Hey, how
36-yard
the fuck
line.
did he get beat?
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly.
Niggas just
7
blitzing
picks
you
between
straight
last week and this
safety,
week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But
Run the
right
clock
now,
out.
it's all
Just
those
put on two
interceptions
clock.
that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines,
Are
whether it's
you?
the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Oh, my gosh. Dude.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final
Is that
whistle,
your
I
running
get
back?
that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it
That's how
already
you
well
put
in
the
hand.
superstar
You
on.
seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it on the other
That's
side is,
why
hey,
that's
do
why I've
something
been
about
thinking
it.
that whole
Stop
time.
it.
That
I
you're a
guarantee
running
you, I know
back.
who was really
Because you
excited.
get
Fantasy
that
owners.
number
Yeah.
throws you off.
Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 23 yards, the final tally. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Three down. Check Mike, 99, Mike, 99. They gonna need some therapy after this. Check Mike, 99.
One last shot for Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that will be
Oh, my gosh.
incomplete.
Give me my fucking yards.
As time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a